Hello everyone, Joltis again. Hey, guess what? I got a call from a friend of mine who lives by the railroad, and he said that the train is up at Winchester Ag, doing some switching right now. They've got the little switcher from Winchester Ag, which I haven't seen run in a few years because they never run at the same time as this railroad. There's where the grain elevator's at in Winchester, right there. There's the railroad crossing for Cincinnati Eastern Railroad. They've got a spur that goes back in there. Let's see here. There's the conductor for the railroad right there. I don't know if they can see me or not. I don't know if anybody in that van, I can't see. Anyways, I'm going to pull in up here, find somewhere to film them. My friend said they've got a couple chrome colored covered hopper cars up here that are taken out of Winchester Ag, and they appear to be the very first cars that will be going to Purina. So looks like I'm going to probably be getting the first couple carloads of grain that's going to be going into Purina from Winchester here. So this will be pretty cool. I'm going to find a spot up here to park, and hopefully I didn't get here too late. Start the video, son. Here we go. We are in Winchester, Ohio. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Got the Norfolk and Western unit over there. Got the little switcher here, MP15 DC. There's a couple grain cars coming out of Winchester Ag right there. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on. I just missed the little engine from Winchester Ag. They just shoved these two cars out and they ran the locomotive back in to their plant. I was trying to get that. Haven't got that little engine in a few years now. So they're shoving back to the train. These cars just came out of Winchester Ag here. This is where the spur ties in. I wonder if there's any chance of seeing that little locomotive.
I'm on the other side.
It's a SW9 if I remember correctly. It's gone.
You just let me know if it feels like it drags it down. Alright. Got about, here we go. Taxi engaged to the crossing, 10-102 to the side.
Alright, so they're going across the crossing, they're going to tie up to the train, and then they'll continue their journey eastbound. Now obviously Purina is to the west of here, but they'll have to run the locomotives on the other side of the train in order to go west. And usually they'll go out to Mount Zion to do that. Now they've got a rock train, so they're taking the rock train all the way out to Plum Run. They'll probably leave these two grain cars at Mount Zion, get them on the way back with the loaded rock train. That's my guess.
Give me a long 6 here though, Ty.
6 car lengths to a tie.
Alright there, Barney.
Alright, well, let's see what else we can get into while we're over here. Alright, here's the spur that goes into Win Ag, and they've been doing some work to it. There's fresh ballast. They got a grant for over $100,000. I think it's like a $130,000 grant to put new ties in. That's for shipping this grain from here to Purina. So that's pretty cool. Looks like these first 2 loads are going to be going to Purina. I got the very first ones. I haven't got to talk to the crew to confirm that, but it looks pretty obvious. And I'm here with another rail fan, and he said that that's what it is. They're going to Purina. So the train will be coming back by here eastbound in just a minute. All right, I heard them on the radio talking. They're going to drop off these cars at the east end of Mount Zion and then continue on eastbound. So here comes the train now. we'll get them here and maybe a couple more spots too. Try to make this video interesting. Here comes the train. I like this crossing here too. Look, crossbuck protected. Got the old barn right over there. This is a good shot. Check out the springs on these cars. They're loaded pretty good. Yeah. 2 loads of grain. Now these cars are empty. Look at the difference in the springs. These open hoppers are empty. They'll be loaded those with rock. So there goes the first 2 loads of grain out of here for Purina. They're going to be having like they'll be having a grain shuttle eventually. Yeah, they're going to be running grain from here. It's not very far, but it's still it's a good thing for the railroad. They picked up more use here. Instead of trucks shipping it, being shipped by train. It's over 20 miles. I'd have to figure out how many miles it is. Right now the train is at milepost 57.7. Used to be a defect detector here. It's still here, but it's turned off. And those 2 grain cars be going to Purina, and they're at milepost, oh, I gotta think about that one for a minute. 30 maybe? Somewhere around that area. Somewhere within about a mile, there'll be milepost 30 for those go to. So, what, about 27 miles, something like that. Grain shuttle. Can't wait to get one of those grain trains. A solid grain train coming out of here. That'll be really awesome. All right, well, let's go up and catch the train again. Here we go. But wait, there's more. Of course, there always is. We're going to get the train again. I'm out Mount Zion. See, this is where they got the old color position signals. Been shut off for a long time, but at least they're still standing. And here comes the train coming up the grade. They just crossed that big railroad bridge. I always forget the name of that creek that goes under it. So this passing siding is used for storing cars and also for doing switching. It's got a crossover track in the middle of it. There you go. You can compare the springs on those 2 cars, a loaded car and an empty car. People ask about that every once in a while. So hopefully I got them in that picture. This is the west end of Mount Zion. They're going to go down to the east end and then cut these 2 cars off. And shove them on the track, then tie the rest of this train together and go back east. This train's going to the quarry at Plum Run. That's just a couple miles east of Peebles. Martin Marietta Materials owns it. Used to be Hanson. Let's see what we got in the back here. Got a flag, okay. Sometimes they use it in the train device. There they go. Just crossed Mount Zion Road. See, people have got into these cabinets and took out anything that was worth anything. Kind of a shame. Look at that. That is so cool looking. Old Norfolk and Western color position signals. Should be in a museum. All right, let's see if we can get them again somewhere. But wait, there's more. We got the train coming. Let's get to the other side of the train this time. We are at the east end of Mount Zion right here. See, the lights are already flashing. Probably kind of hard to see, but they are flashing. So the train's gonna be coming from the right to the left. Eastbound. They just set those two cars off. They set off both of those loaded grain cars at the east end of Mount Zion. And here we go. Minus those two cars. Might as well get the train another time or two. Already all the way out here on the east end. The crossings start getting pretty far apart though. We're in Adams County. We're just outside of Seaman. Good on the roll by, the conductor said. All right, there you go. You actually had some cars had to wait. Look at that. Let's go get them again. But wait, once again, we got more, always do. Got the train coming. So they're right over there. This is a steep grade that drops from Seaman, Ohio down to Lawshe. And right here, years ago, I filmed that tank car that derailed on the curve when it was running away. Somebody messed with it. It was stored up in Seaman, just up there, just west where the train's at now. It was stored on the main line when this track was closed, and they believe some kids were messing with the cars that were stored. They got loose and rolled all the way down here, derailed on that curve. There was a piece of the rail that was removed just for that reason, in case the car ever started rolling. It would derail it so it wouldn't keep going, and it worked. The tank car stayed upright and it stopped. So that's one of my really old videos. Check it out if you can. It's interesting. Here comes the train down the long, steep grade. Now when the train's going the other direction, this is actually a little bit steeper than the grade in Williamsburg, but it's not as long. That's a cool shot, look at that. like that car. It's got character to it. Plus, it's got the barcode. See the old barcode on it? That car was built in 1977. Oldie but a goodie. I remember 77. That was the year I got my driver's license. That was a great year. I chased trains every day once I got my license. I was a volunteer firefighter, so I was able to drive myself to the firehouse without my parents having to take me from that point on. And every day I'd head down the railroad tracks, wait for a train. And it was only a few miles from the firehouse, so if we got to run, I could zip up to the station and make the first truck out. 77 was a great year. Went to a lot of concerts that year. Van Halen, Black Sabbath, Rod Stewart, all kinds of stuff that year. There you go. Let's go get the train again. All right, I'm just west of Lawshe right now, and here comes the train entering the yard limits. We're gonna be crossing over this bridge right here. This is a really awesome spot. See right here, right there is a switch for 2 tracks. It goes into 2 tracks. It's got a really long passing siding, and they store cars on that. Just outside of Lawshe, Ohio. Nice little road here, isn't it? No houses in this area. There's a creek to my left. I was here in the winter. The creek was frozen over, and I found a really nice hatchet. Laying in the creek. It's one of those kind you can throw and they'll stick in a tree. The blade is rounded. It had a company name on it. I looked it up on the internet. You can buy those things. They're pretty expensive. I was kind of surprised how much those things cost on the internet. Found it right here in this creek. I was here one time when it was really wet. We had a huge rain. See to the left over here, it's all dirt and mud. I got my truck stuck. But I keep a shovel and a bucket with me, so I was able to get myself out. I sunk into the mud up to my frame. All right, there goes the train. The next town it goes through after Lawshe right here will be Peebles. So we'll go up to Peebles and get it one more time, that'll be it. See right over here, there's some big holes. In the springtime, that's a bad spot. That gets really muddy right there. Thanks for watching. Let's get them one more time. There we go. Caught up to them. We're in Lawshe. That wind I know is pretty bad. You gotta have the wind or some other noise. We're in the main part of Lawshe. got two tracks right here. That other track has some tank cars stored on it right now. Not a whole lot. They do have some still sitting over there. There she goes. Make sure the gates are working properly. Yep, working fine. The last stop will be Peebles. We'll get them going through there. All right, thanks for watching. That was pretty cool. There's the tankers I was talking about. There's a few of them stored here. There's only 3 there right now. They took a bunch of them out of storage a couple weeks or so ago. And there's a few over there too. Sure would like to own that farm that's got the driveway that crosses the tracks here. Wouldn't that be nice? Let's see what we can see over there. Look at that. That's a nice place. Some kind of live action going on here in Peebles. Cops are pulling somebody over. Ooh, look what happened there. But wait, more once again. I'm on Nixon Avenue in Peebles, Ohio. See this? This is the bridge that the railroad goes underneath. And there comes a train right now. So let's watch this train go underneath of us. It's going to be pretty awesome. Look at this shot. I'm going to wave to them, see if they can see me. There he is. Ah, he saw me. Cool. There's what the gravel cars look like. They only have a couple more miles to go and they'll be at the quarry. There you go. Was that cool or what? That last car seems to have a bunch of gravel in it still. Those cars empty from the bottom, and the gondola cars that they use, they empty those from the top. They use excavators to scoop the stuff out. So they'll take these empties to the quarry and they'll pick up loads. So tomorrow they'll be going up to Williamsburg Hill with a loaded train. Today is Monday, August the 3rd, 2026. Thanks for watching. That was pretty cool. Had a really good time chasing the train here today. Don't want to lean over this railing very much though. Might be down there on the track in a minute. Thanks for watching. If you've got time, check out another video. Help my channel out a little bit. Got to pay for the gas somehow. See you later. Oh, one more thing before I go. I just found some MOOP, material out of place. So every time I go film a train, I pick up at least one piece of trash, and when I get gas, I throw it in the trash can. So we got some material out of place. All right, thanks for watching. See you later. All right, there's Chessie back here by the cornfield. It's that time to check the progress of the corn again. Look how big it's getting. August the 3rd, 2026. Where did that other dog go? Loki. Oh well. I broke one open where something had been chewing on it. Look at the difference. It's turning yellow now. Corn is already developing. And look how tall it is. See that? It's got tassels on and everything, so pretty soon they'll be picking it. They'll have to dry out. Well, my New Year's resolution isn't going as good as what it could be going, because my New Year's resolution this year was to eat more vegetables. But, you know, those things are meant to be broken. And I'm actually not doing that bad at this point, because we're only halfway through the year. And last year, as far as vegetables go, I ate none. So, at least I'm not behind the game. Hey, I heard Loki over there somewhere. There's a little bit of a tree row here, and there's another cornfield right over there. So he's over there somewhere. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, that's Jesse coming out of there. I thought I heard Loki. Wait a minute. I hear him. Where is he? Loki! There he is. All right, we found him. Now where's he going? He went over this way. Hey, we still got the slideshow coming up, so don't forget about that. If you got time, check out all my videos. Try to help the channel out a little bit. Got to pay for the gas. Where did he go? I know he went in right there. All right, we'll see you later. I'm gonna figure out where he's at.
There's more.